Hello everyone, it's Chris with Expat Theory. If you're new to my channel, I'm glad you're here. If you're returning, welcome back. Got some updates for you, so stay tuned and I'll get right into it. Okay, where to begin? The last video I talked about possibly ending my co-driver team due to our new route they gave us. It's a loop. The money just doesn't live up to my expectations a little bit, and it's kind of cutting into the amount of money that I could possibly make. Well, I went back and I did a lot more research into it. Went back over my paychecks, my averages. To be flat out honest with you, it's the performance is pretty equal to what I've been getting. But ever since I got that bigger pay raise, we've had a number of issues that's kept us from really raking in a lot of money every single week. So the average has actually dropped down to about match what this loop is. Now the potential is where I'm really hurting. The potential earnings are quite a bit more. 200 plus, maybe 250, 3 at the most per week. So, you know, that's a big difference. If it's $200 a week, that's $10,400 a year. But that's potential. What I've actually been earning is about the same amount of money as what I'm getting right now, averaged. So it's kind of caused me to do a little backpedaling about whether I want to end a working partnership here between me and my co-driver. I tell you, co-driving and team driving is not fun. I mean, you just got to be able to deal with it. You know, two guys thrown into a small space to basically live together all the time. It's not easy. And just like any kind of co-working situation where you're in tight quarters, yeah, it gets to be where you just gotta kind of roll with things or it'll drive you crazy. So we've been able to get along well enough to get our job done for a year and a half now. So you know, that actually does mean something. The money, we're not living up to the potential, but we are getting pretty close to average. So with all the combined factors, I'm kind of doing a backpedal of wait and see. Now is not a great time for me to try to jump ship. I don't have 2 years experience yet. That's a big factor. That opens up a lot of doors within the trucking industry once you have 2 years over-the-road experience. So there's that. We also have this craziness going on with our president, El Presidente. He's making waves with this whole vaccine requirement thing. So until we know for sure what's happening there, it could be a dumb move for me to move and then turn around and have to figure out what I'm going to do again once they come out with a ruling of how they're going to handle it. So a lot of little factors here and there that just kind of caused me to backpedal away from leaving immediately. So I'm kind of doing the play it, wait and see kind of thing. We've run a couple of weeks, and the money kind of varies a little bit at times. For example, we had 1 week where our usual load coming from Illinois to California got canceled. Didn't have enough freight. So they picked us up another load from the same location starting out, going to a different place in California. And it was a few extra miles, so we got paid a little bit more. This could happen from time to time, so it would actually cause the average to come up even a little bit more. So, in a nutshell, basically what I'm saying is I don't know if this is a good idea for me to just chuck what I have to try to track down something better. I know that going solo probably isn't going to pay that much more than what I'm making right now. So if I could find a company that was going to pay me the amount that my company is paying me and give me more miles than what I'm getting, that would be fantastic. But there's no guarantee of that. And in the trucking world, what they like to do is they like to offer sometimes bigger numbers to get you in the door. They'll say, oh yeah, we're going to pay you X amount of miles or money per mile, and then we'll give you X amount of miles. And then when you actually start driving with them, the cents per mile is actually accurate, but the miles per week that you get isn't. And of course they'll come back and go, well, you know, we can only schedule the freight that we have, you know, so it usually never pans out to be as much money as they always promise you that you're going to get. That's the downside to trucking and getting paid by the mile. You know, you go into a regular job, you know how much money you're going to make per hour and how many hours per week that you're going to get on average. And in trucking, it could be anything. You could have a really bad week and get zero money. You could have a great week and get double your normal check. You never know. So you can't really piece it together with you know, a week's paycheck or even 2 weeks or 3 weeks. You really kind of have to give it enough time to see how it all works out and pans out, and over an average of a number of weeks. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. I'm going to play it by ear. I'm going to go along with this loop thing for a little while, see how it pans out, see what's going to happen with this vaccine mandate, how the trucking industry is going to react to it. Right now they're challenging the president. They're going, no, this is going to hurt us really badly. Even the American Trucker Association is going, yay, no, not good. You're going to lose a whole lot of drivers in an economy where we already are experiencing massive shortages. If anybody's following me on Facebook, you'll notice I posted up a post the other day. There's 53 cargo ships supposedly sitting outside of California in the waters, waiting to get into docks, so into ports, so they can unload. And they don't have enough manpower or resources to get those ships into port and get them unloaded and get all the freight moved across the country. And from my understanding, there's multiple ships waiting to get into other states. Approximately 300 plus cargo ships are anchored offshore of the United States and have been there for a number of weeks, some of them a month plus, waiting to get unloaded. So we're experiencing a lot of shortages, and some of this is created because of our administration that's in power right now. So all of this stuff starts kind of working its way out. I'm a little uncomfortable with trying to jump around too much. If the bottom falls out of this and we get into a bad situation, I know I will be golden, because everybody and their cow will want to hire me because I can drive a truck. So, I don't know. I'm just thinking for right now, I need to stay where I'm at, listen to what's happening, and figure it out as I go. Give it some more time and see how the paychecks roll. The money I'm getting is not terrible. It's not too low. I can still pay my bills and do what I need to do. Like I said before, I'm just losing potential money, because the potential is, if I were to get in a truck with a co-driver and really roll, or even if I got solo, got paid close to the same amount as I'm getting now and rolled a lot of miles, I could make a lot of money. So, you know, my company came back and told me that this whole loop thing is something they're trying to move to company-wide. That's another reason why I kind of having to backpedal. Even if I were to say, you know what, I don't want this loop thing, and I go back to my company, they're kind of telling me that a lot of the loads that my co-driver and I have been taking are going to kind of disappear, because they're going to be assigned to other drivers in their loops. So a lot of the good loops and good routes are going to be assigned to other people. So I probably won't get the number of miles that I'm looking for, even if I were to leave this team and go to another team driving situation within my own company, because they're going to be trying to get people in these loops where they get a bunch of miles and then end the week near their home, because they want people to take more time at home, which for 97% of the truckers is probably what they want. And there is a percentage like me who aren't really worried about off time and home time. We want the miles. But the massive majority are drivers who have family, they have friends, they have loved ones, they have a home to go to, and they want to go home sometimes and take a little time off. I'm in the weirdo category because I don't. So this business model is pretty much designed for the masses, and people like myself are the ones that are going to actually suffer a little bit, because we're going to kind of get stuck with people want to go home. So like my co-driver, he's got a wife and stuff. I've mentioned this before. We were only going home every couple of months for a few days. And I know that's got to be hard. On this loop, he gets to go home every weekend, at least for a day or so, which, you know, that makes his life a lot better. And I can't knock him for that. I can't knock him for, you know, wanting to run this loop. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on. Financially, for my retirement plan, I am a little bit ahead of schedule. So I have been able to put a little bit more away. Still a little worried about winter. I haven't met my goal yet, and I haven't exceeded my goal yet for 2021. I'm almost there. But I want to get a good jump, because I'm concerned about November, December, January, February. Last year, February was nasty. Or I should say 2021 of February was kind of nasty. There were a few times when we were shut down for ice and snow for days. You can't make any money when you're sitting for days. The other good thing about this loop comes to mind about the winter. Most of my travel is going to be going across I-40. I-40 runs a little bit lower part of the U.S. for those of you not here in the U.S. and don't know. So it's a little bit warmer. I-80, on the other hand, runs east and west across the U.S. kind of on the northern side. It freezes over frequently. So, I mean, yeah, you can get ice and snow in 40. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that the majority of the time when it really gets nasty and iced over and snow and all the ugly stuff, it's on I-80. Or especially if you're on I-90, which is even more northern than that. Oh boy. It can get really ugly up there. So running the lower side will actually help us stay out of that area a little bit, and we'll actually be able to run a little bit more. We won't get as much downtime. So anyway, that's my update, I guess. I just want to let you guys know, money-wise, I'm looking good. I'm definitely going to hit my target for the end of the year. I'm going to exceed my target. I just hope I can exceed it enough to get a good jump on next year. And for now, I'm just going to play the wait and see game until we figure out what's going to happen. Anyway, guys, that's my update. Hope you guys enjoy the video. If you do, hit the like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the little notification bell so that way you know when I put out new videos. And we'll catch you guys in the next one.